Sometimes something is so good that you just want to sit back and enjoy it and take it in for all it's worth, which is why we are dedicating the entire episode of This Planet Atlanta to Joe Gransden's Jazz Jam at Venkman's Restaurant, which happens every Tuesday night. No cover charge. Come on in around 9 o'clock and you will hear some of the greatest jazz musicians in the city.
This is our Tuesday night jam session. We're here every single Tuesday night. It's open. Anybody that plays an instrument can sit in with us. Anybody that sings can come up and sing. We have a great time here. It's a lot of fun. No cover charge, right? It's cool, free parking. And you gotta take care of your servers, take care of those bartenders, make everybody happy tonight. It's a great place. It's a pleasure to see so many great musicians here.
Do I say Gransden?
Gransden.
Gransden, that is so, and you come from a whole family of musicians, it sounds like. That's great. So how long have you been playing here at Venkman?
The beginning of January.
Beginning of January.
We started our Tuesday night jam session.
This is so great. Now, how many people are each night? How many people join in?
To sit in with us?
Uh-huh.
It varies so much, but it's always like the cream of the crop of the Atlanta jazz scene. You know, it's always like just great musicians, great vocalists. But it does vary. Some Tuesdays there's tons of horn players, trumpet players, trombone players, and some Tuesdays there's a lot of vocalists, there's a lot of singers. But we just love it. I mean, the crowds have been great, and the vibe is good. You know, you've been here.
It's been great.
The wine is.
I see the beautiful Tia Ricks here. Would you please come up and sing a song with us, Tia? Let's bring Tia up with a round of applause, folks. She's the most laid-back lady in show business. I've been saying it for years. Takes her an hour and a half to watch 60 Minutes. We love her. She can swing. She can swing.
There's a house band. It's Chris Burrows on the drums, Craig Shaw on bass. Every other week it's Kevin Bales on piano, and on the opposite weeks it's Kenny Banks on piano. and then myself. And we always come out, we play one tune just to kind of get our thing in, and then we open it up to the public. And I'll walk around the room, and people will come up and tell me they want to sing and they want to play. They know their key, they know what song they're doing, and we try to put bands together that'll gel and just make it fun for everybody.
Live jazz featuring one of the greatest, Kevin Bales on piano. How about it for Kevin Bales? And the wonderful Chris Burrows on the drums. Chris Burrows, the wonderful Chris Burrows.
Are you writing this down?
Of course, you can't go wrong with Craig Shawbox on the bass. And I'll come around the room, and if you'd like to sit in with the band, please let me know. I'll make sure we get you up here for sure. And we hope you have a wonderful, wonderful evening. Thank you.
Amazed that it does seem to gel every single time. I mean, that's just, is it just really talented people able to pick up on each other, or?
I think in this idiom, in the jazz idiom, yeah, I think it comes down to just being a community and just respecting each other. I mean, sometimes we have beginners that have only been on stage once or twice in their whole life, playing with people like Kenny Banks, or people like Craig Shaw, or people like Kevin Bales, and the difference in experience is unheard of, right?
Yeah.
But the mutual respect for the music makes it work.
That's so good.
And there's no vibe, it's just friendly.
That is so wonderful. Been in Atlanta?
Oh my gosh, on and off since the early 90s. I mean, I finished college here at Georgia State University. I'm from New York City.
What did you take at Georgia State?
What did I study? A jazz performance.
Okay.
I studied with Dr. Gordon Vernick.
Okay.
Got a great education there. Transferred from Union State College in Buffalo, outside of Buffalo, New York.
Okay.
Left college, graduated from college, went back to Manhattan and stayed there for a number of years, and then I moved back here for good after 9/11. Got a little slow in New York after that terrible tragedy, and I was fortunate enough to get a 6-night-a-week stay here in Atlanta. So I moved here and got married and started a family. And
oh, that's great. You got kids?
I'm here. I got a little boy.
Oh, how old is he?
He's 6 now.
Congratulations. Oh, that's wonderful. That's wonderful. Is he musical too?
He is. He can sing, he can dance, he can play a few notes on the trumpet. Start singing until I was almost done with my 20s, you know. I was in my late 20s when I started singing. I was a trumpet player first, and I was playing a gig, and the manager wanted me to hire a singer, but he wouldn't pay me any more money, so I either had to learn to sing or lose the gig. So
oh my gosh,
I started singing, and I love it. I have a big band, and I get to sing in front of the big band, 17 pieces.
17-piece band. And y'all are playing at Cafe 290? Is that?
Yeah, we play at Cafe 290 in Sandy Springs every first and third Monday for almost 7 years now.
Wow, first and
Great.
third Monday, Cafe 290, Sandy Springs. It's so rare to be able to hear a big band these days. I mean, it's just, everything's been, you know.
Well, he sort of, in a sense, revived it.
You have? How long has this big band's been playing? Like,
I put my band together 7 or 8 years ago. You know, I just, I had come back from New York City. I had played, in New York City there's big bands everywhere. Monday night was big band night, you know, the Vanguard, or all these places. And when I came back here, I had my quartet, I had my quintet, and I played corporate parties, and I played concerts, and I played gigs. And I always said, man, I want to have my own big band someday. So why not try it? So I tried it. I got some charts together. I got a guy named Wes Funderburk to write all the charts, most of the charts, and I kind of knew it would work. Is the main writer for the band. He plays lead trombone, and when I started the band, I sat down with him and I said, yes, I want to do a lot of the old music, and I want to do pay homage to a lot of the old arrangements, but in general, I want this band to have its own sound. How can we do that? And he said, well, you can pay me a lot of money. I didn't say that. So he writes all the charts. So even if we're playing a song that you may have heard and may have been written in the 1930s or 40s, it's a brand new arrangement that no other band has played before.
Oh, that's great.
And that's thanks to Wes and his team.
What are a few of the songs like that you'll be playing?
He's arranged over 100 charts for us, but just to name a few, Too Marvelous for Words, Johnny Mercer, Henry Mancini's Charade is a kind of a favorite for people to come out and hear us. Cafe 290 is the first and third Monday of every month.
Okay.
And that's like a dinner theater atmosphere. It's great. It's a show. It's like almost like a Vegas show. It has everything. It's got the jazz. It's got the kind of the entertaining factor. You know, it's just a lot of fun.
Joe, but I've known him for so long.
Yeah?
Old enough to be his dad, probably. But he has been a definite impetus for more jazz in this city.
I mean,
that's a really nice compliment.
Well, and people say you're a great mentor too. I mean, you're so accomplished, and then there's people who are just starting out. You inspire them and teach them, and that's what I've heard.
It's good to hear. I mean, I love the music, and to be honest with you, I've always been one of those guys that wanted to kind of build an atmosphere in this town where I could work and not have to be on the road all the time and be away from my family.
Yeah.
And I get to travel occasionally, but I'm not out for 3 months and 4 months. I wanted to create something here in Atlanta between the big band, between the jam session, between my jazz trio and my duo with Kenny Banks, so that I could stay close to the Southeast and work. And out of that has come this mentorship, maybe, if that's a word, and just the joy in seeing the young guys come out and sitting with us and be inspired. I mean, that's how I learned.
So many people come from these different parts of the city to this place right here tonight, and they might be doing another gig somewhere else, and they can all come in and jam together, and that's just beautiful. I mean,
well,
and help each other.
It's a networking chance.
Yeah.
It's a chance for young musicians to sit in with the experienced musicians.
That's how you learn this music. Outside of the classroom.
Yeah, so we've been lucky to have good crowds come in and a lot of great musicians. Oh, you were a band director? Okay.
You graduated from Kennesaw State?
Booty Hoot.
All right, well, next week play. Come by and sit in.
Okay.
All right?
Yeah.
That'd be nice.
Cool. All right. Appreciate you guys.
Do it.
Chris. Anthony.
So do you play around town besides here too?
Well, sometimes.
Oh,
Sometimes. I play in I'm a sub player in 3 or 4 of the big bands around town. So.
okay. Cool. All right, that's great. Yeah, will you be here most Tuesday nights?
Most Tuesday nights, if I can possibly do it.
All right. Okay. Well, this sounds. Well, I mean, is this just totally spontaneous? I mean, I know you got the first song figured out, but after that,
It's,
is it?
you know, it's not a new concept. I mean, jam session's been around forever. You know, musicians would travel around and play back in the 30s and the 40s, and they would, when the gig was over, go to a club and have some dinner, have some food, and jam with the local musicians there. And it was always kind of a friendly kind of camaraderie for musicians. So the concept, there's nothing new about it. I just wanted to make sure that that it was friendly. You know?
Yeah.
So it is spontaneous in the sense that we don't know what songs we're going to play. We don't know how long they're going to last.
That's
But
part
to
of
a
that
jazz-
language.
Yeah. How do you keep to each other that somebody's about to do a cool solo?
You don't know prior to. You listen to what they're doing, and you kind of key off of what they do to play something interesting when it's your turn.
It's very much in the moment. Literally. That's why they call it improvisation. And it's, again, how we know all these tunes is from a lifetime of doing some of this.
You're falling on your sword, making sure that you have screwed it up before, and then you have
That's
to
the best
fix
way
it.
to learn, and it gets back to this is an inner language that we all tend to know.
Pretty easy. I don't mean the music. I just mean the ability for the musicians to come out and to get on stage and to interact and to play a song. I mean, you could go. Most of the musicians that show up tonight and show up on Tuesdays could go to Indonesia and walk into a jazz club if there's one there, and play similar tunes and play with the musicians there, and maybe not even be able to communicate verbally with the musicians, but musically it would be pretty easy. Now there are songs obviously that are more difficult, and there are reasons why something might not click. Maybe you don't know a particular set of chord changes that they're playing. But in general, it's like Bill said, a language that we all speak on different levels, and we all try to get better at all the time. But it's a language that's grown throughout the entire world. Last Tuesday, our friend Demetrius from Greece was here, and he walked right up on stage and he called the song, and we all played it, and there was no gap in the language. I mean, we knew right away. He could have lived right down the street. It doesn't even matter. He lives in Greece. So.
In fact, I thought he did. I got his email, and I go, "Where have you been, man? You been playing around town?" He said, "No, I'm just."
And sometimes, Molly, it's it's like a raised eyebrow, like the piano player might play. And piano, by the way, is a percussion instrument because it's struck.
Yeah.
Piano player might play a figure, and then either one of the horn players will kind of copy it, or the drummer will copy it rhythmically. That's our part of that inner language we talk about.
That is beautiful. Well, listen, I'm just so glad I got to listen in on the conversation a couple of nights. It's been great.
Well, as you hear the conversation, it's just like learning Spanish or learning Russian or something. The more you hear that conversation, the more you can speak it. At least it makes sense to you. And as it makes more sense to you, your ability to speak it gets better.
It's wonderful. You know, I'm really enjoying it, and I'm gonna be here every Tuesday night. Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Appreciate you.
Jazz night here every Tuesday, and every time I come here, I ask myself, what does that mean? And I never have an answer.
Oh, let me know something. So you come there jazz night every Tuesday?
Yeah.
Isn't it great?
Yes, and what makes it great is that like everyone who is doing it because they want to.
And they're so good, man.
Well, most of them are actually like they play it. There's a serious jazz club that like you can't get into.
Yeah.
Or I can't get into.
What is it?
I forget the name.
Oh, okay.
But I've asked about the various people that play, and they play up there, and they're on the jazz scene, and like this is where they come when they're done working. Like,
they were so good.
They're jazz musicians because they're good and people pay them, but when they're done being paid, they come here and play because they like to.
Great. How did you find out about this?
A friend of mine brought me here for a beer on a Saturday, and they told me about jazz night, and I was like, I have to do that.
That's cool. That is very cool.
It's just, man, you don't get to see a lot of people do what they love because they love it. That's a rare thing in life.
Anthony, it's good to see you guys,
Ah.